Hey there, everybody. How are you guys doing today? It's been a while since I've been up, and I haven't been able to do my podcast this morning like I wanted to. It is currently 7:42 where I'm at right now, and the temperature is 38. I know it sounds like it's cold, but it is actually not all that cold. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do today is I'm going to cover the last couple topics as far as the men's side of relationships for this food for thought segment of Thoughts If It Were You, and then we're going to get started with the women's side. Remember, every relationship has two sides, and it's very, very important that we do our parts to make sure that it lasts and each side can enjoy the full benefits of being in that relationship together. Okay? As far as dating is concerned, men, there are three things I would like you to think about, okay? First off, know what you're looking for. I know I've mentioned this before, but if you just want to have fun and play, you don't need to be too picky. But if you're ready for a long-term relationship, it's critical that you choose a partner who is a great match for you. Keep this in mind, because by finding the right kind of partner who has the same interests as you, your compatibility will be a lot higher than a person who's just there to have some fun for the split second of the time that they're with you, and who may not even remember your name by the time they wake up tomorrow. Second, clarify your deal breakers, okay? Your sweetie needs to know all your essential relationship requirements, so you need to know what they are and be willing to say no if even one is missing, okay? Possible requirements might be honesty, passion, want or don't want children, love natures, animals, sports, religion, yes, even religion, etc. Whatever is not on your list is negotiable. However, get clear on what needs to be there, all right? I can't stress how important these things are. Third, get support. If you want to succeed in an area or any area in your life with that person, you will get there a lot faster with expert coaching. Let me help you create a life you love with the love of your life. And that's the whole point of most of the stuff that a fellow person that I know, Dr. Wendy Leon, says. She's good at helping out with dating advice and such, and she has her own webinar as well on her website, drwendyleon.com. Though she is a psychologist, she is also pretty good at relationships and is a life coach. So if you need an extra hand with road mapping to success, she's a great place to go as well. Next on this segment, we're going to take a short break, and I mean short, and then we're going to talk about the last 10 things tonight as far as relationship tips for guys, along with a few other things, and then that will be it, okay? And we are back. Okay, so like I promised, here are 10 relationship tips for guys, and they need to keep this in mind as we're finishing up this saga if they wish to keep their woman lively and their relationship healthy. First one is communication is key. Okay, nobody is a mind reader, and talking is the only way to know what's on someone's mind. Become aware of her body language as well. If she is telling you everything is fine, yet her eyes are glaring and her hands are on her hips, you know that that's definitely not good whatsoever. Second, trust is essential. If you know you have each other's back, or your relationship will thrive. Don't lie, don't cheat, and definitely don't be dishonest. Okay? I've mentioned this before, but lying does not help you at all in any relationship, okay? Next, number 3, say you're sorry and admit when you're wrong, okay? This is a big one, especially for them. If your need to be right is more important than your woman's feelings, then you both lose. You'll both win if you can at least compromise and see each other's side and understand how each other feels. That's more important than always proving that you're right. Sometimes your ego can be your worst enemy. 4, take care of yourself physically and mentally. Okay, she wants to be with a healthy, balanced man, and if you aren't, it'll affect your relationship. Like on an airplane, when the oxygen masks drop, you're always supposed to put it on yourself before placing it on others. This is also to ensure that you don't pass out in the process as well. 5, you need to be kind and respectful to each other, okay? Keep your cell phones out of your relationship, okay? because issues can occur from either a he said, she said something or other, or just a simple mistype on a simple text can cause a lot of issues. Okay? 7, make time for yourself. Okay? Don't lose your identity, your friends, or your passions just for the sake of your partner. Okay? She loved you for who you are, not for what you do. So, if that is the case, and she truly does care for you, losing yourself and becoming something that you're not will possibly push her away, as you will no longer be the person that you originally fell in love with. 8, and even though I haven't talked about this too much, you need to stay sexual with your partner, okay? It always makes her feel sexy and desirable, and at the same time, it keeps her desires at a minimum, so she's not looking elsewhere for those needs to be taken care of, okay? 9, you need to be thoughtful, okay? Like I mentioned before, with cards, gifts, small tokens of affection, things that are minuscule that may not always seem like they're all too important, but remember, it's the thought that counts, okay? And 10, one of the most important things, okay, that you need to keep in mind with your relationship, okay? Remember that fighting is okay, okay? But don't let issues fester as a result of it, okay? You may need time to, you may need to take time for it as a timeout or something or such when you come back or so, but you need to listen to each other at least to know what the issues are. There's no problem in fighting. Every good relationship has its quirks. It's whether or not you choose to take care of the issues and correct them that most relationships end up falling apart, or end up with the discussion of maybe we should see other people, or this isn't going to work, which is not something anybody wants to hear. You need to keep this in mind, okay? And one last thing with that being said on that topic, be her best friend first, okay? Enough said. Because if you can't be her best friend and be there for her when she needs you, well then, you're not going to be the kind of guy she needs when it's time for you to step up and actually be the boyfriend that she wants you to be, okay? And that is all for this topic. I do believe I've covered everything from beginning to end as far as the men's side of this chapter. And that brings this whole thing to a close. I do not remember if I had something else here. I'm looking through my notes right now. If I do, I will bring it up in the next piece. And if not, then the next piece will be the ending closer of Thoughts If It Were You relationships from the men's side. Thank you again for listening to this podcast. And the next time that we talk, we'll be continuing up and picking up with the women's side of this discussion. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, well, that was an exciting saga that we did just now. We covered everything from the beginning to the end as far as the guy's side of any relationship, whether you're initializing the date, trying to find the right girl, or if you're currently already dating or with your girl trying to satisfy her needs or understand her for the most part. You just need to remember one thing. You don't need to completely understand the way she thinks. You just need to learn to understand what she needs you and wants you to understand about her, and learn her emotions. Learn what she does, learn how she does certain things, so that when it comes down to it, if there's any issues, it'll be easily resolved, because not only do you trust each other, you know each other pretty well. And with that, again, like I said, guys, never raise your hand to a woman. Always respect her whether or not she deserves it. And, treat her like the gem that you would if you had one. That, say, like I mentioned before, a famous football player walked up to you, hands you his football, says, "Thank you for being my support," signs the ball and gives it to you. The same way you would treat that ball with respect, you need to treat your woman the same way. And as well as that is concerned, like I said, presentation is everything. Always be confident in your abilities. Know what you want. Write it down if you have to, so it's not just a figment of your imagination. And never settle for less than what you believe you deserve. Always set a standard. And then with that, like I said before, with the rest of this recap here, always have a plan for the future. Always include your mate in your plans for the future. But at the same time, don't overthink it. Don't go too far. Let everything roll as it needs to, as it's supposed to happen, okay? Don't force anything to happen. Never force your girl to do anything she doesn't want to do. And at the same time, like I said before, Keep your eyes and your hands away from porn. It's great. It's a good way to get started, but again, if you focus too much on it, your attraction between you and your mate will be lost. Okay, keep that in mind. As well as being in a relationship or already being married or on the verge of being married, you need to remember to keep your sexual nature with your wife, girlfriend, or significant other active as much as possible, not too often, like every single day or every couple of hours, just enough so that both of your needs are satisfied, so there's no need to go looking elsewhere to satisfy these needs. At the same time, guys, always remember to protect your woman, but not in a way where it looks like, you know, you're taking command just because you're a guy. Never do that. No woman wants to see a guy do that, as it's considered disrespectful to them and you believe that they are weak. Okay? Women are not weak. They are some of the strongest beings here on the planet as far as guys are concerned, as they're the only ones that have the ability to bear children, and that kind of strain on their body is extremely painful. Let me see here. Do I have anything else I need to add to this recap? I do believe that is it for the recap. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you again for listening to this entire shindig. Please join me again for the next piece when we get ready to do the women's side. Thank you, and have a very blessed day.